Hello, everybody. Good morning, my friends and colleagues. It's a really great pleasure to be here to this Innovation Award 2024. I'm surrounded by very great researchers. I think you will have a great experience by staying by us for this next 20 minutes. From my left, let me introduce from my left Ali Bessissow and Yang E. Chen. They will present us the Innovation Hour about the procedure. And then on my right, we have Masgnaux,
yes.
I'm sorry, and Chen Grimaldi. This is easier for me. They will talk about the device, which is these two are really disrupting innovation. So please, let me start on my left with the procedure. This is a procedure for US-guided gastroenterostomy. So please introduce your procedure and tell us why we should use it in the daily practice. So please.
All right, thank you very much, Lorenzo, for the introduction. It's my pleasure and really an honor for me for us to receive this award for coming all the way from Canada. So the idea for the procedure is we've been working on this since 2021, where we saw that US-guided gastroenterostomy was taking off and was going to become the preferred procedure for gastric outlet obstruction. However, there were multiple ways to do the procedure and no standardized technique. We had through the scope nasobiliary drain. That's very efficient. However, you don't get optimal distension. And you had on the Asia side, the EPAS technique that had a double balloon that gets you the distension, but it was not through the scope and it was difficult to insert. So we tried to combine the through the scope and the double balloon together into one device to make it insertable and easy to use.
Yeah, this was the initial idea that you moved forward. Yeah.
Correct. So that's how we came up with the idea of moving forward to that. If you can see the slide here, it's a little bit of a description of the device. Yeah. It's a 10 French catheter, so it fits into a 3.7 millimeter channel. It has two balloons. They're each 5 centimeters in size, up to 5 centimeters. We noticed, though, clinically, we don't have to inflate more than 3 centimeters or 4 centimeters. There's a 12 centimeter space in between for infusion of fluid. And really, the technical part of things is this proximal end where we can detach the hub and have multiple independent infusion lumens, meaning that you can put it through the scope, detach the hub, leave the catheter behind, remove the endoscope, and the catheter stays at its exact location that you want, most of the time at the ligament trites. Yeah. So that's really the engineering part. Once the endoscope is removed, we can reconnect the hub, reinfuse the balloons, and infuse fluid in between the balloons to get that distension.
So by this way, you have a really stable position. You can see everything very clearly. This is
correct. So, and we have a video showing this. Yeah. I think this demonstrates it better than anything else.
Let's watch it
So
together.
This is a through the scope insertion again. You have fluoroscopic marker that at the distal tip. You have the distal balloon that has fluoroscopic markers, and also the proximal balloon. You can see it's at the trites now. And very simply, the next step is just to remove the endoscope. And because there's no proximal end to this catheter, the endoscope is easily exchanged. Now, once removed, you replug this. And what's interesting here is there's no direction. We reinserted the end direction. Once it's on the catheter, you have independent infusions. We like to use air because it's faster. We infuse the distal balloon first here. You can see it goes up really nicely. You see it well fluoroscopically.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this is followed by the proximal balloon. So right now, by one infusion, that's about 35 millimeters, the balloon size. And then we infuse contrast in between the balloon, and you can see it going up very nicely. And there's no leakage of contrast across the balloon. And the idea is to really get that active distension. And you can see a beautiful view here. And the difference, and a lot of you guys do this, is there's no tenting of the bowel when you insert the lambs. The wall really stays against the stomach. You have the excellent view of the catheter the entire time, whether you're using the different kinds of lumen-opposing stents. And really, you have a lot of room to avoid that type 1 stent misdeployment, type 2 stent misdeployment that is the most common one.
So do you have some experience? Did you have already published something with these devices, or is a prototype at this stage?
So we've published the first case in Video GIE,
Okay.
and we've done 22 cases in India, Hong Kong, and Canada.
Okay.
And in terms of regulatory,
Yes, in terms of regulatory, we are FDA clear.
Okay.
So we're working on the last phase 5 to be able to, hopefully by the summer, be able to commercialize
Okay.
the device.
So
and
it is not. Is it not still on the market? But it will come soon.
hopefully soon.
This is the message.
Yeah,
Okay.
and hopefully to Europe also CE mark soon as well. We're working on that as well to bring it to Europe.
So fine. So I think this is really, really interesting. Maybe it will be really disrupting. Maybe make easier a difficult, very difficult procedure. This is, I think, why we decided to award your idea, your project, because it really can really significantly improve the management of this kind of patients. So thank you for sharing with us your idea.
thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.